In center field, number 5, Ty Creer. In left field, number 15, Brighton AC. On third base, number 10, Dax Bringhurst. On shortstop, number 6, Will Dart. On second base, number 9, Brody Duval. On first base, number 18, Zach Dart. Catching today, number 13, Easton Romero. And pitching for the Dons, number 20, Kip Cloward. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you rise, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
Hey folks, welcome to Spanish Fork 17. It is round 3, the Super Regionals here for the 5A state playoff. We got the Spanish Fork Dons up against the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Very excited for this ball game. Spanish Fork obviously coming into the playoffs as the #1 team in all of 5A, so able to get the bye all the way to this particular matchup. But the road for Maple Mountain, a little bit of a different one. They came in as the number 22 team in 5A and then found their way into this matchup here against the Spanish Fork Dons. A win, that win as you see on the graphic there, 12-4 against fellow Region 9 team Provo. They then were able to take on Murray and ended up taking them down. Murray came in as the number 11 team, able to take that series and advance here to our series that we got here, a round of 3 matchup here against the Spanish Fork Dons. This is a 3-game set that starts here today, and then we'll have game 2 for you at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow, and a third game if needed, if the first 2 games end up being a split. Obviously, the Dons favorite here being the #1 team in all of 5A coming into this one, 21-4, just 2 losses in Region 9 play, lost to Salem Hills, and a late one to Wasatch in extra innings. Maple Mountain sitting right at about 514-15 on the season, so have done a nice job to make their way here as we are underway here at Nelson Field. The first pitch is a ball to Mike Bennett. It's Kip Cloward on the mound here today for Spanish Fork, and he will miss once again low and inside to move the count here to 2-0. Mike Bennett, Jackson Hollingshouse, and Dax DeWitt due up here in the first inning for Maple Mountain. That one a great pitch from Cloward, catches the inside part of the plate there for strike 1. Cloward has been the ace for the Spanish Fork Dons, has really done a nice job here at the end of the season to lock down some control problems that he had earlier on in the season, as that one does get away from him and will move the count here to 3-1. But really came on strong at the end of the season for Spanish Fork, and has done a nice job along with Mitch Dalton to give a lot of quality innings for Coach Nelson, as Bennett's going to spray this one out into center field, and the play is going to be made out there for Ty Creer for out #1. Line shot out there to shallow center field by Bennett is collected by Creer for out #1 here in the top of the first. It will bring up Jackson Hollingshouse, who's just about the hottest hitter in the Maple Mountain lineup these last couple games. Really has stepped it up at the end of the season. Had a home run that went to opposite field, as that one, some chin music right up by his helmet for ball one. Hitting opposite field home run in the game against Salem Hills that we broadcast here for you on Spanish Fork 17 a couple weeks ago. So that one is inside. I'll move the count to 2-0. And then since that game, it's just been a hit parade for him. Had a home run in the game against Provo, and then also had a home run in the series against Murray, as Cloward really struggling to find the plate here early in this ball game, as the count is 3-0 now on Hollingshouse. Hollingshouse out in center field today, so the starter for Maple Mountain will be the freshman Chase Johnston. Cloward does find the strike zone there, as Hollingshouse was clearly taking all the way, but the count will move to 3-1. Cloward's 3-1 is sent way up. Towering pop-up there. And Bringhurst will find his way underneath it for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the top of the first of this really fun matchup. Was really hoping for this one, as it's always fun to be able to do the rivalry here on Spanish Fork 17. And Maple Mountain able to make it possible by beating up Provo in the first game for them in the playoffs, and then able to win that series. The biggest upset of round 2 was the Golden Eagles taking down Murray. So as the number 22 team in 5A, they get the privilege of taking on the number 1 team, the Dons, as finally one does end up getting just a bit too inside there for Cloward, and he will hit DeWitt with the pitch, and that's going to be the first base runner of the game here for the Golden Eagles.
Now batting right fielder number 23, Bennett Everett.
DeWitt, the designated hitter today for the Golden Eagles, is typically their starter behind the plate. A.J. Thomas getting the start today, though, for Maple Mountain, and did a nice job in the Murray series. He actually had a home run as well in that series. Pretty impressed with him and his efforts, as cleanup hitter Bennett Everett now up for the Golden Eagles, and he hits a line shot out to center. Career doesn't have to move too much, though, as that is going to be out number 3, allowed out there for Bennett Everett. It will strand DeWitt over there at first base, and the score will stay 0-0 after the top half of the first inning. As we move on over to the bottom half of the inning, it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, 2 Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, Clegg Auto, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, Attorneys at Law. Again, we want to remind you that this is the first of potentially a 3-game series here between the Dons and the Golden Eagles. Again, today's game, just game 1. We will get you game 2 of this series at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. And should the winner of this game lose game 2, we will have a third game if needed to be able to decide who will be advancing here. And in this case, this is a rematch of last year's 5A championship, a little bit early, but again, the Golden Eagles struggled a little bit this season. As we get a nice view here of the top 8 games, you'll see a lot of Region 9 teams well represented here in the top 5 of RPI. So obviously we've got our game here, the Dons and the Golden Eagles. Springville playing the Pioneers in that matchup. You got Jordan and Uinta, Olympus versus Brighton, Cottonwood versus Wasatch. The Wasps have had such an impressive season. Again, they actually got one of the region wins against these Dons. Park City will be facing Salem Hills, Woods Cross against Bountiful, and Timpanogos against Orem. Little crosstown rivalry for them as well, Timpanogos and Orem. That's a fun one for them, as Spanish Fork will get things rolling here with their second baseman, Brody Duval. And again, they'll be facing the freshman southpaw, Chase Johnston, who will just miss the outside part of the plate there for ball 1. I was told to give a shout out to the Spanish Fork Dons leadoff hitter, as we ran into his mom right before this game. A little tap grounder there to second, and that will be the first out of the ball game for Spanish Fork. Good play over there at second base by Mike Bennett. Now stepping up to the plate will be Will Dart. Dart having just a fantastic season for Spanish Fork. The sophomore really has come into his own here in this particular season. Johnston's going to just miss as the count will go to 1-0. It's kind of bounced in between the leadoff spot and the second spot in the order, just kind of depending on the matchup. And they like the matchup here against Johnston as he's the right-handed batter, Duval the lefty, opting to have him start off the ball game, giving Dart, I think, a little bit more opportunities to potentially drive runs in here with him batting in that second spot, as that one is going to be in there for a strike. The count will move now to 2-1 on the Dons shortstop. Due up next here for Spanish Fork is Easton Romero and Mitch Dalton. Would love to get those big bats up here in this first inning, as the count will even up here at 2-2 after a nice outside pitch there by Johnston. Johnston, one of the leading pitchers in all of Utah in terms of ERA, has an ERA under 1, which is, I mean, that's impressive for anybody, let alone a freshman. You just got to be so excited with Johnston's future. He's just been so good this season. You wonder where's the room for improvement with this kid, as he's just been so good, as he is going to walk Dart on a pitch that looked pretty close. Nice job there by the Don shortstop to hold off and get himself on base here in inning number 1. Yeah, just to give you some perspective on just how good Johnston has been. Actually shows, according to Max Preps, he is sitting at a 281. That was not where I had seen it last time when I had looked at him, but still a 281 ERA is still pretty darn impressive. There's a nice healthy cut there by Romero for strike 1. '81 strikeouts on the season, which is just a crazy number for a freshman, is among the top pitchers in the entire state with those 81 strikeouts, to only 19 walks to make that 20 after the walk here to Will Dart. Count evens up here at 1-1 to the Dons catcher. The wind blowing rather gustily here at Nelson Field, really blowing everything out towards left field, as that one is going to be fouled away by Romero. Is absolutely just flapping over there by the scoreboard in center field. Again, just so cool to see Maple Mountain advance this far in the playoffs, having come again as the number 22 team in all of 5A, and getting a big upset against Murray, and getting an opportunity here to face their rivals here in round 3. And I also just love that Region 9, as we showed on that graphic, so much representation here this late in state is very impressive. The one team that's been knocked out is Provo, and, well, hey, they got knocked out by Maple Mountain. So, hey, I think Region 9 just might be the best region in all of 5A. Are we biased? Maybe, but I don't know. The numbers seem to play it out, as there was a pickoff move over there at first base to keep Dart close. The count is 2-2 with 1 out here. It's Easton Romero at the plate for Spanish Fork. Johnston on the mound for Maple Mountain. The 2-2 pitch is watched there by Romero. Going to just miss. Now got a full count here on the Dons catcher. Another guy that's had just a sensational season here for Spanish Fork. Would not be shocked to see him on the All-State team, potentially even the first team All-State team here, as the pitch is going to be low and outside, and Romero will find his way on base with a walk. So rather uncharacteristic here for Chase Johnston, allowing 2 walks here early in this ball game. Again, his strikeout to walk ratio coming into this one about a 4-1. So really rare to see him walking guys, especially 2 straight guys here early in this ball game. You would hope, if you're Coach Thomas, that this isn't a bout of nerves that's going to potentially cost them here. Again, he is just a freshman, so hasn't really been up in these kind of pressure pack situations. Wow, Romero got a huge lead. Thought he was going to bust it already over to second base, but goes back. Count here is 1-0 on Mitch Dalton. Dalton was able to return from an injury and has been just a vital part of this great Spanish Fork team this season. He's done a nice job along with Clower to really stabilize the pitching rotation, giving quality innings to Coach Nelson, and giving him kind of a co-ace along with Kip Clower that he can really rely on. And along with that, he's been a steady presence in the lineup too. Again, he's obviously batting cleanup today. Usually bats 5 or 6 depending on matchups, but I guess they really like him here in this spot against the freshman Johnston, being a southpaw. Ended up moving Zach Dart over to the 5 hole, which is not a spot that we usually see Zach Dart batting in, but with it being lefty on lefty, and they're really wanting to kind of get him ignited, not the typical Zach Dart season that you'd usually see here in his senior year, but definitely not a guy that you want to be facing. And if you've got a guy like Zach Dart batting 5th, it means that you're doing something right in your offense, and it has been exactly that for Spanish Fork this season, as mound visit is all wrapped up here. We got a 1-0 pitch upcoming. Well outside, so move the count to 2-0 on Dalton again. Dart over there at second base in scoring position. Easton Romero over at first base. So runners on first and second, and a 2-0 count here to the Dons right fielder Mitch Dalton. Dons hoping to put a run across here in the bottom of the first. Start the scoring off for both teams. A curveball that does not snap back into the strike zone, so count will now be 3-0. Very interesting again, as we noted already. Johnston, really such a solid pitcher as a freshman, but rare to see him have this much control issues. See if he's able to pipe one in here with the count 3-0. Instead, he's going to miss, and that's going to be 3 straight walks for Johnston. He's going to load the bases up here in the bottom half of the first inning. Romero will move to second, and Dart will move to third. And Dalton will make his way over to first base. So the base is loaded for the reigning 5A Player of the Year, Zach Dart. And what a huge situation here for Spanish Fork. And this is definitely a guy that you want up in this particular situation, a seasoned veteran as a senior. But again, a guy that so much talent, so good at the game of baseball. Again, was the 5A Player of the Year last year and was a key part of their championship run. And hoping to do some damage here in the playoffs and be able to defend that title. Go back-to-back here in his junior and senior years. Be pretty special. His count is 1-0 on Dart. Bases are loaded. Big opportunity here for the Dons with only 1 out. He's going to pop it up. It's going to go out of play. Rollins gives chase over there, but well out of play. So the count will even up here at 1-1 on the Dons' first baseman. Ty Creer due up next here for Spanish Fork. There is a view of Will Dart over at third base. Hoping to be the first runner to come across for both teams and get Spanish Fork up on the scoreboard here in inning number 1. The 1-1 pitch from Johnston is sent out into the outfield. Shallow left field. They do send Dart from third. The throw is going to be just a bit slow. It is cut off. And that's going to be a sacrifice fly for Zach Dart, producing the first run of the ball game here for Spanish Fork. Scores Will Dart from third base. Other runners stay.
Now batting the center field.
So the score now 1-0 after the sacrifice fly by Zach Dart brings up Ty Creer, the Dons center fielder. Still big opportunity here to do some damage. They are going to bring in a pinch runner here for Easton Romero.
Number 27, Riley Lamson.
It'll be Riley Lamson coming in to run for Easton Romero. Johnston getting himself composed here. Again, 2 outs here in the Bottom half of the first inning would love nothing more than to find a way to get Ty Creer out and just allow the one run here in this first inning, get his nerves all calmed down and get ready for inning number 2. And that's a great way to do it with that outside pitch for strike 1. Ty Creer batting .333 on the season, has 15 RBIs, so a guy that definitely has been producing quite well this season for Spanish Fork. He's going to hit that one straight into the ground and foul it away. So it'll be an 0-2 hole here for Creer. Dax Bringhurst due up next here for Spanish Fork. In view of A.J. Thomas, catcher today here for Maple Mountain. Getting the start in the place of Dax DeWitt, again, who's been the regular starter at catcher for the Golden Eagles, but getting a day off here to rest up his legs. And again, Thomas has been playing so well at the end of this season, so wanting to find a way to get him in the lineup. Definitely love that for the Golden Eagles, a guy that will be a key part of their team for the next couple years. Again, just a freshman. The 0-2 pitch from Johnston is swung on and tapped and then caught by Thomas for out number 3. So Johnston able to get the key strikeout there on Creer. Leaves 2 runners on. The score 1-0. Sacrifice fly by Zach Dart. The difference here will get you inning number 2 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
First inning in the books here on Spanish Fork 17. We've got the Spanish Fork Dons up against the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in the first of the Round 3 Super Regionals as part of the 5A state playoffs. Again, this is a rematch of last year's championship round that the Dons were able to secure. Able to win the state championship here in 5A and hoping to do the same here this year with the number 1 seed coming into the state playoffs, whereas for Maple Mountain coming into this one as the number 22 team in 5A, able to take out Provo in the opening round and then took the series in round 2 against Murray, biggest upset of round 2, and hoping for the grandest of upsets here against the Dons. This one laced by Caleb Chandler, but just barely foul. That was beautiful, but just need to straighten out just a tick. A little bit early on that one was the Golden Eagles left fielder. The count will be 0-1 once he gets himself situated and dug back in. Cloward able to put up a 0 in inning number 1. Hoping for the same here in inning number 2. Tries to get Chandler to chase it something outside. Holds off. Evens up the count here at 1-1. Chandler, one of the best contact hitters that you'll see in the state. Really just does a nice job of getting the bat on the ball, and that includes some absolutely sensational bunts that he's laid down all season long. That's why you see Dax Bringhurst over at third base is already in the grass, as they've definitely read the scouting report on Caleb Chandler, which says that he lays down some beauties, as he's had several infield singles throughout the year. He'll take a swing at that one for strike 2, and the count will now be full on the Golden Eagles left fielder. Be Caleb Chandler, Cooper Rollins, and Cooper Siemens due up here for the Golden Eagles. Cloward gets Chandler to swing and miss at that one for strike 3. Big cut there. First strikeout of the game for Cloward. And it will bring up the Golden Eagles third baseman, Cooper Rollins. He's going to take a healthy cut at a fastball upstairs for strike one. Rollins has struggled a little bit here on the season for the Golden Eagles. Only batting .214 thus far. So he'll foul that one away and keep himself alive. Count is going to move here to 1-2. The 1-2 from Cloward is going to be fouled away once again by Rollins. Kind of bounces back kind of towards play as the ball actually is still sitting right there on the first baseline. They do have someone go and retrieve it. So we can get play rolling here. Well, there's a quick bit of time here. Let's go over Kip Cloward's numbers here on the season. That one is inside. Even up the count here at 2-2. 2.27 ERA. 3 wins on the season in his 8 appearances. Nicely dug up there by Romero. Count will move to full here. Only 39 strikeouts, which I find a little bit shocking with how Cloward's stuff plays, as that one is also going to be fouled away once again here by Rollins. Count full on Cooper Rollins here. 1 out in the top half of the first inning. Another one that's going to be knocked over towards that right field line. Giving chase out there was Dalton, and definitely running out of real estate as you see him trotting his way back over to right field. Count will stay here full on Cooper Rollins. Just 1 base runner so far here for the Golden Eagles. Rollins absolutely staying alive here in this particular at bat. Has fouled off several pitches here by Cloward. Just hoping that he can time one up here and get one out into fair territory. Another payoff pitch is going to be high and taken by Rollins, so he's going to make his way over to first base. First walk issued by Cloward. Hit DeWitt with the pitch in inning number 1. So second base runner of the day here for the Golden Eagles. It brings up Cooper Siemens, Golden Eagles first baseman. It's an opportunity here to do some damage for the Golden Eagles. Great inside pitch from Cloward. Just freezes up Siemens there for strike 1. Siemens batting .239 on the season, 8 RBIs. Has 3 doubles on the season. That provides a little bit of extra base thump in the bottom part of this Golden Eagles lineup. Nice snap, pickoff throw there by Cloward. So 0-1 count here on Cooper Siemens in inning number 2. The score is 1-0. A sacrifice fly by Zach Dart with the bases loaded is the scoring so far in this one. Sharp grounder there, played beautifully by Bringhurst. And they get the double play. Oh, that is a fantastic defensive play there by the Spanish Fork Dons. All started by a diving defensive effort there by Dax Bringhurst. Gun him down over at first and gun him over at second and gun him over at first base. That's beautiful defense there from the number 1 team in all of 5A, as Cloward able to shut the door on inning number 2 by getting Siemens to ground out into a double play. The score is going to stay 1-0 after the top half of the second inning. As we move on over to the bottom half of the inning, it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That is 2 Jack's Pizza, Clegg Auto, Mikkel Thompson, Hunter, Attorneys at Law, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, and Lance Wilson State Farm. Yeah, that is not an easy play that Dax Bringhurst just did. Diving over to his right and then being able to pop up just enough to make the throw over to second, in a strong throw by Duvall as well to turn two and get out of the inning there. Again, Cloward's been solid so far. Has the strikeout, has allowed a walk, and has hit a batter, but doing what he needs to be doing here to keep the zeros on the scoreboard here for Spanish Fork. And this is a big inning here for Chase Johnston, the freshman southpaw, allowing the sacrifice fly with the bases loaded to Zach Dart, but was able to strand the other two runners, though, as he was able to get Ty Creer to strike out to end inning number one. It's going to be the bottom part of the order here for Spanish Fork. Dax Bringhurst, Kip Cloward, and Brighton Acey will be due up here in the bottom half of the second inning. An opportunity here, hopefully, for Johnston to settle things down and really keep Maple Mountain in this ball game, give them an opportunity to take game one of this particular series. Again, it's a three-game series here between the Dons and the Golden Eagles. The other two games will be tomorrow, game 2 at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then game 3 if necessary. As we see Bringhurst digging in here for his first at-bat of this ball game. The first pitch from Johnston is going to be sent out into right field. Giving chase out there is Bennett Averett. And he's going to make the catch out there. What a play by Bennett Averett. Covered a bunch of ground out there in right field, lost his hat to boot, and makes the diving play for out number one here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting pitch number 20, Kip Cloward.
Brings up the Dons pitcher, Kip Cloward. He's going to watch one high and outside for ball one. Cloward has struggled this season at the plate, only batting 196. Does have a home run on the season, so I mean, he certainly has some power. Definitely would like to see him find a way to get on base here and extend their lead. The count is 1-1 on the Spanish Fork pitcher. The 1-1 pitch up coming from Johnston. He's able to hold up. Another pitch high and outside, so count will move to 2-1. Brighton Acey due up next here for Spanish Fork. Following him would be Brody Duvall back to the top of the order. Cloward watches one low and inside. Has a nice hitter's count here of 3-1. Johnston able to get Bringhurst to foul out over there to Bennett Averett. Spectacular defensive play for out number one here. This one popped up, an opportunity for Cooper Siemens. He will track his way all the way back into the infield. Again, the wind today is pretty wicked, as you saw from the route that Siemens just took on that particular pop-up. It is carrying everything just out kind of towards the third base side of things, just really blustering out there. And you saw that Siemens thought he had it tracked and then had to come all the way back in the field of play. Thought it was going to be foul and ended up having to move an easy like 20 feet or so just to make that play, as Johnson's able to kiss the inside part of the plate there to Brighton Acey for strike one. The 0-1 to Acey's going to be slapped right up the middle. An opportunity here for Bennett. And he makes the play, and that's going to be 3 quick outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Nice job by Johnston to lock things down and keep this ball game at 1-0 after 2 innings. We'll get you inning number 3 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
for the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17, inning number 3 of this round 3 matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. And we're in Super Regionals here as part of the 5A state playoff. The Dons able to get the bye all the way into this round as the number 1 team in all of 5A. Maple Mountain had to fight their way all the way from round 1, able to take the game against Provo 12-4 and then winning the series against number 11 Murray. Getting the opportunity here to face the Dons, and that one is shot out into shallow center field. That's the first base hit of this ball game for either team, and it comes off the bat of Mike Bennett. A rocket single out to center field to start things off here in inning number 3 for the Golden Eagles.
Now batting, the catcher, number 34, A.J. Thomas.
My apologies, I'm a little bit ahead of myself here. That was Corbin Bailey with the base hit there for Maple Mountain. And brings up their catcher, A.J. Thomas. And who's had a nice little end of the season here for the Golden Eagles and getting an opportunity here to play in the state playoffs. Definitely love that for him, as that one is in there for a strike. Count will be 0-1 on the Golden Eagles catcher. They're Kip Cloward allowing the leadoff single to Corbin Bailey here in inning number 3. See if it ends up being dangerous here for him, as they do make the throw over to first base to keep Bailey close. Has some good speed on him. Score for this one is still 1-0. Just a sacrifice fly for Zach Dart in inning number 1. The only scoring so far in this one. That one was close, but they do call Bailey safe over there at first base. Johnston able to strand 2 runners in inning number 1 and then went 1-2-3 in the second inning. For Cloward, it was he hit Dax DeWitt with a pitch in inning number 1, strands him, and then walked Cooper Rollins. Thomas shows bunt, pulls it back, but then takes just a little check swing and fouls it away. So the count will move to 0-2 now on A.J. Thomas. Good lead over there at first base by Corbin Bailey. The 0-2 upcoming here from Cloward. They are going to throw it back over, and they are... Ooh, it looked like they got him over there at first base, but they do call him safe. It was a great read over there by Cloward. Really got Bailey off of his timing. The 0-2. Thomas takes a big hack at it and pops it out into shallow left field. Giving chase and making the play is Will Dart. Kind of right there, right in between Dart, Bringhurst, and AC. Dart calls them off and makes the play for out number 1.
Batting, number 1, Mike Bennett.
Now it brings up the top of the order with Mike Bennett. Bennett lined one out to center in his first at bat. Out there into shallow center, caught by Ty Creer. Corbin Bailey at first base after the leadoff single to start things off here in inning number 3. Thomas pops it out to Will Dart for out number 1. Bennett hoping to spark the offense here. He'll watch that one for strike 1. Bennett batting .315 on the season. Has really done a nice job at the top of the order for Coach Thomas and the Golden Eagles. Really a good table setter for the rest of this lineup. And there's some big bats here with Hollingshouse and DeWitt, as that one is going to be lined right at Dart. He is going to make the play over at first, then throw it on over to second base. So another double play here for the Dons. This one mostly an unassisted one there for Zach Dart. Collects the one hopper, gets it over to first, and then throws it on over to second, and they tag him out for 2 outs. So 2 double plays here for the Dons, keeping the door shut here on the Golden Eagles offense. The score still 1-0 after the top half of the third. As we head on over to the bottom half of the third inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, Two Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, Clegg Auto, McKell Thompson Hunter Attorneys at Law, and Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. I want to remind you, of course, that we want you on our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/SpanishFork17. You can get all of your Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain athletics that you can stand, including this ball game and tomorrow's ball games as well. Make sure that you're clicking that subscribe button and joining our Spanish Fork 17 family. Again, that's youtube.com/SpanishFork17. For Maple Mountain, they're hoping for a repeat of inning number 2 for Chase Johnston, able to take the Dons down 1-2-3 in inning number 2. He'll be tasked with dealing with the top part of the order once again here for Spanish Fork. Brody Duval, Will Dart, and Easton Romero. So certainly not the easiest of tasks to be able to take these guys down 1-2-3, but any way that he can do that and be able to put up a 0 on the scoreboard would be huge for the Golden Eagles, as this one has been really tight. Again, just the one run coming across for both teams. The sacrifice fly in inning number 1 by Zach Dart, the lone run in this ball game. Duval is able to check his swing. Do get confirmation over there from the third base umpire. Count will move to 1-0 on the Spanish Fork leadoff hitter. Low and outside there to Duval. Count will move to 2-0. Duval 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to second to start things off here for Spanish Fork. He's going to lace this one right in between first and second base for a base hit. Takes that inside pitch from Johnson, just slaps it right in between first and second base. Gets it out into some outfield grass to start things off here in inning number 3 for Spanish Fork. Be Will Dart now striding in for Spanish Fork. Took a walk in inning number 1 and is the only Don to score in this ball game, again scoring on the sacrifice fly by Zach Dart in that first inning. But up with an opportunity here to keep the offense rolling after the leadoff single by Duval, and he smacks one right up the middle. And that's going to be a base hit. So 2 straight singles to start things off here in the third inning for Spanish Fork. Absolutely wicked shot right by the glove of Chase Johnston. Finds his way out into center field. So now runners on first and second and no outs here in the bottom of the third inning for Spanish Fork. Big power bat Easton Romero strides in now for the Dons. Romero, a guy that is used to playoff pressure and did very well with it last year, was the 5A state MVP playoff MVP. Really turned his game up last year in the playoffs. Oh, that's a great pickoff move by Johnston, but just a tick behind Duval. Will make his way back on over to second base. Definitely liked the move there. That was a good read by the freshman southpaw for the Golden Eagles. First pitch upcoming here to Romero. Oh, wow. That's a curveball that finds the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Romero was backing away from it. Johnston just able to clip the black there. Gets the strike call. So count is 0-1 on Easton Romero. No outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. A throw over to first base that even Siemens wasn't aware was going to happen. It was a good read by Johnston, but no one was ready for that one, which is I think why Dart had as big of a lead as he did. But nothing doing there as both runners will stay on. Another Decent lead there for Dart at first base. Big lead over at second for Duvall. Pitch is swung on and fouled away by Romero. This count will now be 0-2. So 2 strikes on Easton Romero with no outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning with runners on first and second base. A little bit of trouble here in this 3rd inning for Johnston. We'll see how he does here. Gets Romero to slap a curveball foul. The Spanish Fork catcher will stay alive in the count. Hoping to come up in this big RBI opportunity here for Spanish Fork. Looking at the stats for Easton Romero, batting .414 on the season. It's pretty good. By pretty good, I mean basically stupendous. I mean, anything over 300 is a solid average. You're batting .400. That's Ted Williams territory. And if you're hitting like the Splendid Splinter, you're doing something right. That one was tapped foul, by the way, by Romero. So he'll stay alive. The count will stay here at 0-2. Romero tied with Ty Creer for the most RBIs on the team with 15. Also has a home run. Hit 7 home runs last year. So a little bit shocking that he only has the 1, which we actually got to see that 1 home run here on Spanish Fork 17 as he taps one over to first base. The throw by Siemens is not made, and he gets absolutely trucked over at first base by Romero. And that's going to be a costly throwing error there by Cooper Siemens. As that one is really rough. They were hoping to be able to turn 2 on the play. Instead, it's going to plate another run here for Spanish Fork in the 3rd inning. As Duvall is going to score on the throwing error by Cooper Siemens.
Now batting number 12, Mitch Dalton.
So Will Dart over there at third base. So that one is going to be extra bases for Mitch Dalton. Absolutely crushes a pitch out into left field. They're going to hold him up with a stand-up 2-jacks double. 2 runs coming across there, and the offense has come alive here for Spanish Fork in inning number 3. 3 runs now across after the big extra base hit by Mitch Dalton. Plating 2 here in inning number 3. As Dart and Romero will score. And the lead will extend now to 4-0 here for Spanish Fork in inning number 3. Yeah, Dalton absolutely just gave a ride to that pitch by Johnston out there into left field. A little bit of wind assist. You could argue it. Certainly the wind has been blowing pretty big here over at Nelson Field. But just absolutely sails out there over the head of Caleb Chandler out there in left field. And yeah, the score now 4-0 after the 2-run double by Mitch Dalton. Gotta love the Dons cleanup hitter coming in big here in that situation, cleaning up the bases, doing his job. So big 4-run lead here for Spanish Fork in inning number 3, and still no outs as well. Top part of the order here really has done work here in inning number 3 for Spanish Fork. It will bring up Zach Dart, who had brought in the only run up to this point. And 3 runs coming across now in the 3rd, but the first run was a sacrifice fly. Oh, that's a great bunt by Zach Dart. You don't usually see that from your number 5 hitter, but man, Dart laid down an absolute beauty. And he's going to be over there at first base with an infield single. Well, so it just meant to be a sacrifice bunt that was going to move Dalton over to third base. Instead, it was just laid so perfectly that Dart able to make his way over to first. So runners on the corners here, still no outs in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up Ty Creer. Creer struck out in his last at bat in inning number 1, ended up stranding 2 runners. He's got 2 runners on once again. Would love to find something that he can hit, and he does foul one away over towards the crowd over there along the first base side of things. Count will be 0-1 now on the Dons center fielder. So throwing error by Cooper Siemens on a ground ball by Easton Romero, resulting in the first run of this inning, and then a big 2-run double by Mitch Dalton, really blowing things open here. Ty Creer is going to slap this one up the middle, right in between second and short for a base hit. That's going to bring in Mitch Dalton. It's going to extend the lead here now to 5-0 for Spanish Fork as the hit parade continues here in inning number 3. Ty Creer over at first base, and now Zach Dart at second base after the seeing eye single there by the Dons center fielder. Brings up Dax Bringhurst, who flew out to right in his last at bat. An absolutely magnificent play out in foul territory by Bennett Averett. So 4 runs now across here for the Dons. The score 5-0 against the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. Inning number 3. Bringhurst shows bunt, and he lays one down. And it's also kind of there in no man's land. Does a nice job. If he'd been just a tick faster, that might have also been another infield single. But it definitely does the job here in inning number 3 to put 2 runners in scoring position. So now runners on second and third, and just 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Zach Dart now over there at third base. It brings up Kip Cloward. Popped up to first in his last at bat. A big opportunity here for the Dons pitcher to continue to pad their lead and make it a little bit easier for him on the mound. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed. Kind of made him look a little silly there for strike 1. Great pitch from Johnston. Rough inning here for the freshman southpaw, but invaluable experience here going up against the number 1 team in all of 5A in a playoff setting. Definitely something that will be valuable to him in years to come, as that one is going to be well outside. Great job there by Thomas to get to that one. It'll even up the count here at 1-1. Dart at third base, Creer at second. Big opportunity here with runners in scoring position for Cloward. 4 runs already across in this inning. Could there be more in store for Spanish Fork, as that one is fouled away? Count will move to 1-2. There is Dart over at third. Hoping to score here on some kind of hit by Kip Cloward. Get something in the air, potentially be a sacrifice fly. See what he does here with the count 1-2. The pitch from Johnston going to be outside again and even up the count here at 2-2. Brighton AC due up next here for Spanish Fork, and then back to the top of the order here for the Dons. They will, at least in all likelihood, bat through the order in this particular inning, as that is swung on and missed by Cloward. Second strikeout of the day here for Chase Johnston, able to get Cloward to chase a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Big out, it feels like, for Johnston, as it's now 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, and now an out will get him out of it, as opposed to against Cloward, a sacrifice fly or anything of that nature could have potentially plated a run. Now just getting it out is important. AC will slap it over to short. Bailey Gloves it, makes the throw. And they will say he is out over at first base. Great throw by Corbin Bailey. 4 runs come across for Spanish Fork. Big 2-run double by Mitch Dalton. The highlight, as the score is now 5-0 in favor of the Dons over the Golden Eagles. We'll get you inning number 4 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. The Spanish Fork Dons taking command here against the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles after 3 innings. A big 4-run inning for the Dons, highlighted by a 2-run double by cleanup hitter Mitch Dalton. Really blowing things open here for Spanish Fork, creating a nice cushion here for starting pitcher Kip Cloward, who's worked through 3 shutout innings so far. He's done a nice job here against the Golden Eagles lineup. He will be tasked with hitters 2, 3, and 4. And man, Jackson Hollingshouse puts a charge into that one, but just a bit underneath it. It'll be a fly out there to Ty Career to start things off here in inning number 4 for the Golden Eagles. A little loud out there for the Golden Eagles center fielder. Will bring up the designated hitter Dax DeWitt. DeWitt got hit by a pitch in the first inning. That one just misses the inside part of the plate for ball 1. DeWitt, the normal catcher for the Golden Eagles. He will take that one low and inside, but does find its way to the strike zone. So evens up the count here at 1-1. Cloward working pretty quickly here in inning number 4. So that one's going to be high and inside. Count will move to 2-1. DeWitt, a guy that also would not be shocked to see on a lot of all-state ballots. Would not be shocked seeing him be a potential second teamer, at the very least an honorable mention, as he's been very impressive for Maple Mountain this season. Going to be a little dribbler off of him. Definitely hate hitting those as a hitter. It goes off the body, shaking out that left foot, trying to get himself comfortable again as the count is full here on the Golden Eagles designated hitter. So DeWitt batting .396 on the season with 21 RBIs and 2 home runs. Laces that one over towards Dart. Long throw from short is in time for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning for Kip Cloward. 3 2/3 of shutout ball so far for the Spanish Fork ace. And we'll bring up Bennett Averett. Lined a shot out to center. That was caught by Creer in his first at bat in the 1st inning. Definitely got a good piece of it, but unfortunately just right on a line to the Spanish Fork center fielder. That's a great pitch from Cloward for strike 1. Has done a nice job here to really establish the inside part of the plate against these right-handed Golden Eagles hitters. Averett's going to slap it over to second. Duvall scoops it up, makes the play, and that's going to be a quick 4th inning for Kip Cloward. 1, 2, 3 go down the Golden Eagles. Another 0 on the scoreboard for Spanish Fork. The score will stay 5-0 after the top half of the 4th. As we move on over to the bottom half of the inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikael Thompson, Hunter, Attorneys at Law, Clegg Auto, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Looks like we will continue to see Chase Johnston on the mound. Had a rough third inning for the Golden Eagles. Really got roughed up by the Dons offense. Ended up allowing 5 hits in that last inning. The biggest of them, a 2-run double by cleanup hitter Mitch Dalton. 4 runs coming across in the inning for Spanish Fork. So they're just hoping to get some more innings here out of their ace freshman. Hopefully save the bullpen for the games tomorrow. Hoping that they'll have an opportunity to tie this one up, which we're showing you right now. Game 2 of this series will be tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m. And the Game 3 of that one would be a if necessary situation. If the winner of this one ends up losing Game 2, that third game will be necessary. But obviously they're wanting to preserve their bullpen as much as possible for exactly that scenario. Want to be able to give themselves a fighting chance in Game 3 and preserve some arms and make it so they can go toe-to-toe with the Dons, as it will be Brody Duval up once again here for Spanish Fork. Third at bat of the day for the Dons. Second baseman fouls that pitch away, and the count will even up here at 1-1. 1 for 2 day at the plate here for Brody Duval. Had a single and scored in the last inning and grounded out to second in inning number 1. The 1-1 pitch from Johnston is going to be slapped out into center field, giving chase out there as Hollingshouse is going to be over his head for extra bases. Duval is going to make his way over to third base. He goes down, and that is going to be a Triple T leadoff triple here in the 4th inning for Brody Duval. The ball just kind of kept carrying on Hollingshouse, as it kind of looked like it was going to be a little bit of a lazy hit out to shallow center, but yeah, it just kind of kept floating out there and ended up floating over the glove of Hollingshouse. And Duval's got wheels, and so as soon as it went over Hollingshouse's head, certainly thought that a 3-bagger was in the works, and sure enough, able to motor his way on over to third base. Little tapper there by Will Dart. They do send Duval from third, so he will score. So a productive out there for the Dons shortstop, as he will get the RBI ground out. So 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, but another run coming across for Spanish Fork. So now their score is 6-0. So big lead here against the rival Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. Romero turns on this one, sends it high out into right field. Giving chase is Averett. It's going to be over the fence and gone. Easton Romero with his 2nd home run of the season. This is where he shines, folks. He absolutely loves playoff time. Again, was last year's 5A state playoff MVP and showing it out right now. Does the Euro and gets the celebration from his team. Man, what a monster shot out to right center. That thing was crushed. Easton Romero gets himself on the scoreboard in a big way here in inning number 4. Solo blast, and score now 7-0. Dons over the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. A look in at Chase Johnston. Looks kind of unfazed. I'm actually pretty impressed with the poise here of their freshman. You know, just allowed 4 runs in the last inning. 2 runs now across here early in inning number 4. But it looks like he's just ready to get right back to work, and that's exactly what they need him to do here against Mitch Dalton, who had the big hit in the last inning, a 2-run double. His count will move to 1-1 after a great pitch there from Johnston. Home run number 2 on the season for Easton Romero was an absolute beauty. Dalton watches that one go outside. Count will now be 2-1. The 2-1 to Dalton does catch the outside part of the plate. That's exactly what you need there from Johnston, as the count will move to 2-2. RBI ground out by Will Dart and solo blast by Easton Romero. The 2 runs here in this 4th inning, as they do get Dalton to strike out there. So strikeout number 3 on the day here for Chase Johnston.
Now batting number 18, Zach Dart.
Brings up Zach Dart, who's had a very productive day at the plate. Sacrifice fly in the 1st inning and a single. Nice little infield single on a bunt in the 3rd inning. Slaps it foul here in inning number 4. So count 0-1. Dart on the season only batting .232, which again is a little shocking for a player of his caliber. Just hasn't quite found his groove necessarily this season. But if he does, look out, folks. This Dons team is already so dangerous. If they can get Zach Dart to play up to his levels, just absolutely watch out. I don't know if there's a team in the state that can stop them when he's rolling right along with Romero and Duvall and Dart, the other Dart, Will Dart. And I mean, it's an onslaught at the top of the order here for the Dons. Inside pitch there by Johnston to move the count now to 2-2. For all of his struggles, he still has driven in 11 runs and does have a home run on the season. Turns on that one, hits it right at his first base coach. Look out. Man, that was an absolute rocket. Fouls it away and stays alive with the count still 2-2. Ty Creer would be due up next here for Spanish Fork. 2 runs already coming across here in inning number 4. Little slap shot out into center field. This time Hollingshouse makes the nice play out there. Gets on the grass and makes the play. And that's going to be the end of the 4th inning. 2 more runs coming across. A solo blast by Easton Romero. Absolute blast as we move on over to the 5th inning here on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It's inning number 5 of this matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. We are in round 3 of the state playoffs, Super Regionals. Very excited to be here with you. I'm Andrew LaRose, and it's been a fun one if you're a Spanish Fork Don fan. Again, they are living up to their reputation as the #1 team in all of 5A. The score is 7-0 against the visiting and rival Golden Eagles. Some big hits here in the last couple innings for the Dons. 4 runs coming across in the 3rd. 2-run double by Mitch Dalton. 2 more runs coming across in inning number 4. Highlighted by a solo blast by all-star catcher Easton Romero, as the Dons are completely in control here in Game 1 of this series. Kip Cloward back on the mound for Spanish Fork, and the count is 1-1 on number 5 hitter in the order for the Golden Eagles, Caleb Chandler. He takes a swing at that one and misses for strike 2. Chandler did strike out in his last at-bat as well to Kip Cloward. The lone strikeout here on the day for the Spanish Fork ace. The 1-2 pitch slapped right over to Will Dart. 1 bounce, long throw. Chandler is fast, so he will make it over to first base. It'll be an infield single for Caleb Chandler. as that is just the second hit of this ball game here for the Golden Eagles. Corbin Bailey laced one out into center in the 3rd inning. Now Caleb Chandler starting things off here in the 5th inning with a single. And it brings up Cooper Rollins now for Maple Mountain. Took a walk in his last plate appearance. Quick throw over to first base. Nothing doing though. And the road here for Maple Mountain just to get to this series is impressive. They were able to take down Provo in the opening round 12-4 and then able to win the series against Murray, who was the number 11 team according to RPI. But able to take that series and earn a date here in this series against Spanish Fork. Was the biggest upset in all of round 2. Certainly a very talented team, and wouldn't be shocked to see them find their way to at least making game 2 interesting, making the Dons sweat here at least in this round. Again, the score is 7-0. The Dons really in control of this one. But still a couple innings here for Maple Mountain to potentially make things interesting. And they do have Caleb Chandler over there at first base. Looks like Coach Thomas is over discussing things with the home umpire. Gives the Dons an opportunity to talk things over with the defense, and it's been a good performance here from Kip Cloward. I've seen his stuff play up a little bit better in some other starts, but has done a really good job here against this Golden Eagles lineup. Hasn't necessarily had the strikeout stuff, really only has the one in this ball game, but has done a good job of limiting the damage and really letting his defense play for him. 2 big double plays to end innings 2 and 3. And has just done a good job of pitching to contact and has gotten the outs that he needs and has really been in cruise control here for the Dons. The 2-0 pitch upcoming here to Rollins. Gets it nice in on his hands. He fouls it away. Count will move to 2-1. Rollins took a walk in his last plate appearance. Again, that one in the 2nd inning. So hoping to get on base once again. Caleb Chandler over there at first base with a pretty nice lead. Slap shot right up the middle. Will Dart lays out for it and snags it. My goodness, man. Will Dart with a nice web gem over there at short. It's been a day of web gems for the Spanish Fork defense. They turned an absolutely beautiful double play at the end of the 2nd inning, led by Dax Bringhurst making a diving stop over at 3rd. Another double play with a nice play by Zach Dart over at 1st. And now a diving catch there by Will Dart here in inning number 5 to get Rollins out for out number 1 here in the 5th. Siemens hits it to Dart, gets it to 2nd, the throw across. Another double play here for the Dons. My goodness, it's just really has been just a defensive showcase here for Spanish Fork. 3 double plays now turned in this ball game. Kip Cloward really in command here for Spanish Fork as the score is still 7-0 in favor of the Dons over the Golden Eagles. As we move on over to the bottom half of the 5th inning, it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Two Jacks Pizza, Clegg Auto, Miguel Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, and MVP Sports. Does look like it is pitching change time here for the Golden Eagles. That will be the end of the night here for Chase Johnston, able to go through 4 innings of work for the Golden Eagles. Allowed 7 hits, 3 walks, 5 earned runs, 7 runs coming across, 3 strikeouts. And right now would be on the hook for the loss here in this particular ball game. It will be number 16 coming into pitch here for the Golden Eagles. It's Blake Carter, now in relief of Chase Johnston. So 16 comes in relief of 17 here in inning number 5 on Spanish Fork 17. And hoping to settle things down here on the mound, as was 2 rough innings for Chase Johnston in innings 3 and 4. 4 runs in the third, 2 runs in the fourth. But Golden Eagles definitely, I think, prioritizing just getting him through 4 innings was important for them, as to preserve some of their arms for tomorrow. Imagine that Jackson Hollingshouse will be getting the start for them in game 2. And they would like to see him pitch as much as possible, and then be able to hand the ball over to Zach Walker in game 3, and be able to piece together whatever they need from the bullpen. Guys like Mike Bennett and Jordan Hollingshouse, some other guys. But an opportunity here for the sophomore to get some meaningful innings in a playoff situation, and he gets a swing and a miss there from Ty Creer for strike 1. Creer 1 for 2 on the day, struck out in the first and hit a single in the third. Takes another healthy swing on a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Count now 0-2 on the Dons center fielder.
Number 16, Blake Carter.
The 0-2 from Carter just misses. It's a pretty nice pitch there from Carter. Just missing the outside part of the plate there. Count 1-2 on Creer. Goes inside. Creer turns on it. Goes out into foul territory out there in left field. Chandler runs out of room, as it ends up being right there at the fence. Unable to get there, so Creer will stay alive with the count 1-2. Solid offense from the Dons in the last couple of innings, really showing out. Able to chase Johnston, who's been one of the best pitchers in all of 5A on the season. Again, I'm very excited to see how he does in the coming years. Again, only a freshman. That's going to be a guy that the Golden Eagles are going to lean on for the next 3 years to provide great pitching. This thing sent out into center field. Hollingshouse will camp underneath it and make the play for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. It's been a busy day out in center field for Hollingshouse. It's, had a lot of liners out there and a couple foul balls. Did have one that ended up drifting over his head by Duval in that last inning that ended up being a triple. Cloward will watch that first pitch for ball 1. That's not Cloward. My apologies. Dax Bringhurst up here for Spanish Fork. Cloward due up next. Bringhurst slaps it right at, kind of right towards second base, and Bailey able to get over there, dives over there. Thought he maybe had a chance to make the throw across, but unable to pop up in time, and chooses instead to eat it and not force the throw over there to first. So it'll go down as an infield single for Dax Bringhurst, his first hit of the ball game. And now we'll bring up Kip Cloward for Spanish Fork. They do bring in Alex Nielsen over there at first base to run for Bringhurst. Wanted to put a little bit more speed on the base pass. Nielsen, definitely a speedster. Cloward will dig in, giving himself an opportunity here to extend the Dons' lead. 0 for 2 on the day. Good pitch from Carter for strike 1. Cloward popped out to first in his first at bat and then struck out in his second. So 0 for 2 day for him. With an opportunity here, though, in the bottom of the fifth, only one out and an 0-1 count. Gets a piece and fouls it away. Count will now be 0-2. And the Dons coming into this ballgame as the #1 team in all of 5A, 21-4 on the season. Just 2 losses in Region 9 play, an extra innings loss to Wasatch and a 1-run loss to Salem Hills. Really, all of their losses so far on the season have only been by a run. The other 2 losses, an extra innings loss to Coronado as part of the Red Rock Classic down in St. George early in the season, and before that, it was a 1-run loss to the eventual #2 team here in 5A, the Lehigh Pioneers, as that one is once again fouled away by Cloward. Continuing to stay alive here with this 0-2 count. And Wasatch, to me, was kind of the story of Region 9. Like, kind of came out of nowhere and really competed. And have an opportunity, I think, to advance pretty far here in the playoffs, as does Salem Hills. So that one is going to be some tight shin music there to Cloward, count 1-2. The only Region 9 team that is currently out of the playoffs is Provo, who lost to Maple Mountain in the opening round of the playoffs. So Region 9 very well represented here in the Super Regionals, which is very exciting. Absolutely love to see that. The 1-2 pitch popped up once again there by Cloward. Bennett will call everyone off and make the play for out number 2. So 2 outs here now in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Brighton AC coming up for Spanish Fork. 0-for-2 on the day, couple ground outs, 1 to second in the 2nd inning, and over to short in inning number 3. Nielsen over there running for Dax Bringhurst at first base. And Carter is going to miss with his first pitch, so count 1-0. AC doing a nice job at the bottom part of the order here for Spanish Fork. Bats .269, really does a good job of continuing innings, as this one is going to be slapped out into center field. Again, busy day out there for Jackson Hollingshouse. He will make the play for out number 3, so no runs coming across here in the 5th inning. So Carter comes in and shuts things down. The score stays at 7-0. We'll get you inning number 6 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It's inning number 6 of this matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. We are in the Super Regionals here in state playoffs. Again, we are in Class 5A, and this is a fun rivalry matchup. Both teams coming out of Region 9, and both the teams that we cover here on Spanish Fork 17 always love covering Spanish Fork versus Maple Mountain games, and it makes it even sweeter when it's in the playoffs, as that one is in for a strike to Corbin Bailey to start things off here in this 6th inning. As that one is going to hit Bailey. Second batter that's been hit in this ball game. Dax Bringhurst getting plunked by a pitch in the 1st inning. It's been a effective day here for Kip Cloward on the mound. 5 innings of shutout ball. Has only allowed 2 hits and 1 walk. Has hit 2 batters now, but has really done a great job here for Spanish Fork. Gotta love what their ace has done here in game one to really keep them in control here and in the driver's seat here against their rival Maple Mountain. An inside pitch there to A.J. Thomas for ball one. Thomas 0 for 1 on the day, popped out to short in his first at bat. Watches another one for ball two. And Bailey hit by a pitch to start things off here in inning number 6 for Maple Mountain. Cloward hoping that he can get his defense to spin some more magic. Oh my goodness, that was a pretty good breaking ball there. Almost ended up breaking back into the strike zone. Got A.J. Thomas ducking out of the way though, and it was still a bit inside, so count will be 3-0 on the Maple Mountain catcher. 3-0 pitch does catch the inside part of the plate for strike one. So just one strikeout on the day here for Kip Cloward, but has done a nice job of pitching to contact and has induced 3 double play balls. And that's a pitcher's best friend if you can get those. Oh, it's going to just miss. Only the second walk issued on the day here for Kip Cloward. He's really done a nice job with his command in this one. But a little bit of wildness here in inning number 6 is going to prompt a mound visit here for Spanish Fork. With Bailey now over at second base and A.J. Thomas now over at first. There will be a discussion here between Cloward and his pitching coach. Again, they would love to see him find a way to go the distance here, really preserve their arms as well, wanting to make sure that they can be in a good place if they are to win here in game 1, that they'll have all the fresh arms that they need for game 2 to lock it down and not even have to deal with a game 3 here against the Golden Eagles. We will most likely see Mitch Dalton on the mound in game 2 for tomorrow. After that, I would imagine that game 3, Zach Dart will be starting that one. They certainly have 3 guys that they know that they can lean on and trust to start things off, but want to be able to preserve as many of the bullpen arms as they can. So runners on first and second with no outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Golden Eagles really hoping to get on the scoreboard here against Cloward. And that's a good pitch. Start things off here against Mike Bennett. 0 for 2 on the day is the Golden Eagles second baseman. Line shot out to center field in inning number 1 and grounded into a double play in inning number 3. An opportunity here to maybe do it again. No, instead it slips underneath the glove of the diving Will Dart. It does advance all of the runners, so it'll be a single for Mike Bennett, just able to find some grass underneath the glove of Will Dart. It's going to load the bases up here in the 6th inning. Thomas moving to second and Bailey over to third. And yeah, if there's a guy that you want up in this situation for the Golden Eagles, I don't know if you'd want anyone other than the 2 that are going to be coming up here in Jackson Hollingshouse currently up, and Dax DeWitt in the on-deck circle. These are your big boppers, the guys that really can produce in your lineup. Big RBI guys with all the ducks on the pond right now. Hollingshouse really in a groove in the last several games. All 3 of his home runs have come in the last couple weeks. A grand slam would do absolute wonders for the Golden Eagles right now. Would really put them back in this ball game and probably would chase Cloward and get you into the Spanish Fork bullpen. Count is 2-0 on the Maple Mountain center fielder. And blasting a home run in the game against Provo. Blasted a home run in the series against Murray. And his first home run on the season. We got the witness here on Spanish Fork 17 in a game against Salem Hills. So 3 home runs on the season for Hollingshouse. Man, home run number 4 would be exactly what the doctor ordered here for Maple Mountain. Instead, he's going to get hit by a pitch. That's not the way that you want to bring someone in, but it will certainly do the job. So Hollingshouse will make his way on over to first. Everyone else will advance. And Corbin Bailey will be the first Golden Eagle to make it across the plate. And we are in inning number 6 of this one. And I think that is going to be the hook here for Kip Cloward. As it was a solid effort from him, but things really getting away from him a little bit here in inning number 6. Allowing a walk and hitting some batters. Then the sneaky infield single there by Mike Bennett. So it is pitching change time here on Spanish Fork 17. And it will be number 8, Ethan Dorr, coming in now in relief of Kip Cloward. Dorr, one of the main bullpen arms this year for Coach Nelson, and has done a pretty solid job here for the squad. His 9th appearance on the season, a 2.84 ERA in a little over 12 innings of work. 12 strikeouts and 6 walks. So a 2-1 K to walk ratio. Definitely can live with that. So we got a solid pitching performance for Kip Cloward. 5+ innings for him. Ends up hitting 3 batters, walking 2, allowing 3 hits. Does allow the 1 earned run, and is of course responsible for all of the runners currently on. It'll be up to Ethan Dorr to make sure that they don't come across. It's definitely not the most enviable of situations if you're a bullpen guy coming into a bases loaded jam situation, especially with no outs. That is exactly the hand that Dorr has been dealt, and wow, that is a beautiful curveball that he just spun in there for strike 1 to Dax DeWitt. That is exactly the kind of pitch that you want to see. Nice, beautiful movement right in on the inside part of the plate. Tries to replicate it, I think, but just barely misses as the count will move to 1-1 on the Golden Eagles designated hitter. Again, right up there with Hollingshouse in terms of guys that you want up in these situations. Big clutch bat here for Maple Mountain. Dewar's going to miss just a bit again with that curveball. Count will move to 2-1. Golden Eagles get one across after Hollingshouse gets hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. DeWitt just not quite sure what to do with that pitch. Takes a swing at it, but clearly could tell that he was a bit off as the count will move to 2-2. Coach Nelson, I think, really likes pairing Cloward with Dewar out of the bullpen. Dewar a little bit more of a soft tosser compared to Cloward, so it's definitely a different look as DeWitt puts a charge into this one out into left field. Giving chase out there is AC. He will make the play. They will throw it in, but go ahead and decide to hold off on trying to make the throw home, so it'll go down as a sacrifice fly for Dax DeWitt, and it will score H.A. Thomas from third base. So 2 runs now across here in the 6th inning for the Golden Eagles. Able to get themselves on the scoreboard. And still able to threaten this Spanish Fork lead. Down by 5 with 2 runners on and another big bat coming up in Bennett Averett. This is another guy that I really think Maple Mountain sees a ton of potential in. That one is in there for a strike to the Golden Eagles right fielder, just a sophomore, but as you can see, tall kid, good frame, definitely has a lot of power potential, has usually been batting in that kind of cleanup spot or 5 or 6 in the lineup. These are valuable reps for him as well here in the playoffs as he gets a piece of that one and fouls it away. Kind of gimpy a little bit. Again, got a piece, but it went right into him. Count will move to 0-2. So Bennett at second base, Hollingshouse at first. The runner's on for Maple Mountain. Bennett Avert up, 0-2 pitch to him. He's going to be foul tip but caught, and that's going to be a strikeout for Ethan Dewar, his first of the ball game. And out number 2 here in the top half of the 6th inning brings up Caleb Chandler now for the Golden Eagles. Chandler making some nice contact in his last at bat. Had a single, then struck out in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. Great contact hitter in this Golden Eagles lineup. Takes a swing and will miss it. Does get past Romero, though, so it's going to advance the runners over to 2nd and 3rd. Just a bit of a wild pitch there from Dewar. So now runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Golden Eagles down by 5 here in the 6th inning. 2 runs coming across, hoping for more. Chandler gets a piece and fouls it away a little early on that breaking pitch. This count will be 0-2 on the Golden Eagles left fielder. Ethan Dewar coming in relief of Kip Cloward. Hoping to close the door on this inning, only allowing the 2 runs. Stranding the runners over there at 2nd and 3rd, maintaining this 5-run lead for the Dons. Chandler hoping to find some outfield grass and plate these 2 runs. They're going to foul it away up at the top of the backstop. Count will stay alive at 0-2. The number 22 team in 5A coming into the playoffs. Hoping to make a little bit more noise here in inning number 6 against the number 1 team in the land. Hoping to make the ball game interesting with the swing of Chandler's bat. That one well high and outside for ball 1. Hollingshouse at second, Bennett at third. Big situation here for the Golden Eagles. Really hoping to get some more runs across here in the 6th inning. Hollingshouse hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to bring in that first run. A sacrifice fly by Dax DeWitt. Chandler staying alive, just gets a piece of that one. Really kind of a just make contact kind of swing. Keep himself alive. Was fooled on the breaking pitch there by Dewar. The 1-2 to Chandler is going to be popped up. Duval is going to make the play, and that's going to be the end of the top of the 6th inning. 2 runs do come across for the Golden Eagles. That's a big win for them, as now they are on the scoreboard. And the score is now 7-2, 5-run lead for the Dons over the Golden Eagles. As we move on over to the bottom half of the 6th inning, it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's 2 Jack's Pizza, Lance Wilson State Farm, Clegg Auto, McKell Thompson Hunter, Attorneys at Law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and MVP Sports. Just want to remind you again that this is just game 1 of this Super Regional Series. It is a best-of-3 series. Obviously, today, game 1. Game 2 will be tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m., which we will get to you here on Spanish Fork 17. Very excited for that ball game. We are most likely looking at a matchup of Jackson Hollingshouse versus Mitch Dalton. Very excited for that matchup. I'm gonna be right here doing that ball game here for you. So and then if the winner of this ball game loses game 2, there will be a game 3 And wow, that would be a juicy matchup. Again, these are not only just rivals, but this is a repeat of last year's championship round. That one going in favor of Spanish Fork, able to take the title last year and hoping to defend their title this year. And looking pretty good here so far in this ball game, as the bottom half of the sixth is underway with a ball to Brody Duval. Going to take a swing at a pitch high in the zone. It'll even up the count at 1-1. Duval on the day, 2 for 3. Has scored 2 runs. Had a single in the third inning and then hit a rocket over Jackson Hollinghouse's head out there in center field for a triple in the fourth. Checks his swing there. The count moves to 3-1. Jam shot that gets slapped out into left field. Chandler will make the play for out number 1. A lazy fly ball out to left field there by Duval. Still 2 for 4 on the ball game, so solid day at the plate for the Spanish Fork leadoff man.
Now batting number 6, Will Dart.
So Ethan Dorr was able to come in the last inning and shut the door for Spanish Fork, only allowing just the 2 runs coming across in the last inning, as Dart will get nicked by that pitch by Blake Carter, so he will be on here in the bottom of the 6th for Spanish Fork. The first Don that's been hit by a pitch in this ball game. And it brings up Easton Romero. Romero walked in the first inning, grounded into a fielder's choice where he was able to make it on base by a throwing error by Cooper Siemens, and then hit a towering solo home run in his last at bat in the 4th inning. Gets a piece of that one for strike 1. So a good productive day at the plate for the Spanish Fork catcher. And up again with an RBI opportunity here in the 6th inning, hoping to pad the 5-run lead. And the Dons basically in control of this one since the 3rd inning. 4 runs coming across in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Two more coming across in the 4th inning as well. Maple Mountain just finding their way to the scoreboard in the last inning. Don's just hoping to, at the very least, just maintain that lead in the top of the 7th, but wouldn't mind some more insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. This count is now 2-1 on Romero. The 2-1 is going to just miss outside. Count moving now to 3-1. Blake Carter able to pitch a scoreless inning in the 5th inning in relief of Chase Johnston. Would hope for similar results here in inning number 6. I think the Golden Eagles would love nothing more than for Carter to be able to finish off this ball game for them and only have gone through 2 pitchers here in game 1. Instead, Romero's going to crush what looks like probably home run number 2. And it sure is. My goodness, Easton Romero he shows up for the playoffs, folks. That's what I'm going to say. He just absolutely crushes it in the playoffs. 5A state playoff MVP last year and well on his way to potentially earning it again here this year. His 2nd home run of the day, a 2-run blast out to right field. Euro stepping once again, getting all of the high fives, the helmet touches from the teammates, gets the sombrero. Everything working here today here for the Spanish Fork catcher. 2nd home run on the day and extends the lead now to 9-2 here for Spanish Fork over Maple Mountain in inning number 6. Low and outside to Dalton for ball one. Dalton on the day 1 for 2. Took a walk in inning number 1. Hit a 2-run double in the 3rd inning and then struck out in his last at bat. The 2-0 is fouled back to the backstop. So now 2-1 on the Don's right fielder. And again, most likely will be starting game 2 of this matchup. And he's going to put a charge out into one in center field. Hollingshouse does give chase and makes the play out there. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Certainly a well-hit ball there by Dalton, though. No shame in that one. Put that one on a rope out there to center field. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the ever-dangerous Zach Dart coming up for the Dons. 1 for 2 on the day, fouls the first pitch away. Sacrifice fly in the 1st. Infield single, nice bunt. Single there in the 3rd inning. And hit one on a line out to center field in his last at bat that was caught by Hollingshouse. An even count now at 1-1. Gonna be slapped over to Bennett. Gloves it, makes the play. It's going to be the end of the inning for the Golden Eagles. End of the 6th inning. 2-run home run by Easton Romero. 2nd home run on the day for the Dons. Catcher extends the lead now for the Dons. 9-2. We'll get you the 7th inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We're in inning number 7 of this matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in Super Regionals now. In state playoffs, round 3. Again, the Dons getting the bye into this round as being the number 1 team in 5A. And with that distinction was going to get the highest remaining seed. Oh my gosh, look out. That ends up hitting the helmet of Cooper Rollins. That'll wake you up. Definitely not how you want to get on base, but you'll definitely take you here with being down by 7 here in the 7th inning. Really needing the offense to get rolling here against Ethan Dewar. So Rollins now on first base, and Cooper Siemens up for the Golden Eagles. He'll foul that one away for strike 1. The Maple Mountain being that highest remaining seed, number 22, ending up scoring the big upset against Murray in round 2 and getting the privilege of facing the Dons here. Laces one right up the middle. That's going to be a single here in the 7th inning for Cooper Siemens. So the Golden Eagles with an opportunity here in this 7th inning. They are down by 7, but you just keep stringing hits and walks and all those things together. Hey, you got yourself a shot. So they're doing what they need to be doing here in the top of the 7th. Their first 2 hitters get themselves on base. It brings up Corbin Bailey, who's done exactly that in this ball game. Has a single and got hit by a pitch. So it's been on both times. Does take the first pitch by Dewar for a strike. Golden Eagles shortstop hoping to continue the offense here in inning number 7. Fouled away. Dart gives chase until there is no more room for chasing. Count will move to 0-2 on Bailey. A.J. Thomas due up next here for the Golden Eagles. Then they will get back to the top of the order in Mike Bennett. Of note here, the Dons have turned 3 double plays in this ball game. Certainly have an opportunity here with runners on first and second. Fouled away once again by Bailey. That would be exactly what Dewar would want to do here in this situation to get those 2 quick outs. So solid starting pitching performance by Kip Cloward. Ended up pitching 5+ innings, getting into that 6th inning, but not getting any outs in the 6th inning. Did allow both of the runs, as that one is going to be a breaking ball that just doesn't quite snap back into the strike zone for Ethan Dewar. So count now 1-2 on Bailey. Only allowing the 3 hits and the 2 walks. Did hit 3 guys with pitches, but really did a good job of limiting the damage and for the most part keeping things pretty good here for the Dons. Dewar coming in relief and doing his job as well. It's a good day on the mound here for Dons pitchers. And then on the offensive side of things, big inning in inning number 3, 4 runs coming across, a 2-run double by Mitch Dalton in that inning. And then after that, it's been the Easton Romero show, a solo home run in the 4th inning and then a 2-run blast in the 6th inning, as it is Mr. Playoff MVP himself really showing out here in the Dons' first playoff game of 2022. Fouled away once again by Corbin Bailey. The count will stay 1-2. And the squads will be facing each other once again tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. here on Spanish Fork 17. Game number 2 of this best-of-3 series here in round 3 of the 5A state playoffs. Don's looking like it will be a 1-0 advantage for them going into tomorrow, but never say never with 2 runners on here and no outs in the top of the 7th for the Golden Eagles. The 2-2 pitch. Little chopper. Dewar gets to it and goes across over to first. Nice play by first baseman Zach Dart to corral that one and make sure to get the toe on first base for the first out of the inning. A productive out, though, for Corbin Bailey, as it does move the runners into scoring position. So 1 out, runners on 2nd and 3rd, and A.J. Thomas will dig in now for the Golden Eagles. 0 for 1 on the day, popped out to short in his first at-bat and then took a walk in his second one. He's going to knock one out into shallow left field for a base hit. That is going to score the 3rd run of the game for Maple Mountain. Cooper Rollins coming across on the RBI single by A.J. Thomas. So it'll be runners on the corners. Cooper Siemens advancing over to third base. Top of the order again here for the Golden Eagles. Mike Bennett. 1 for 3 on the day. Had a single in his last at bat. Would love to replicate that or better here with runners on the corners. And it's big time rally time here for the Golden Eagles. They got 1 across and they're going to need to get 6 more here to force this game to keep going. We'll see what Bennett has in store here against Dewar. Thomas at first and Siemens at third. Bennett healthy cut, but it will miss for strike 1. Does hit it right on over to second base. It does hit the ground, so they will get the force out over there at second base. A little bit of a kind of weird play over there, so it'll be Mike Bennett getting on over at first base on a fielder's choice. They do gun down Thomas over at second base. Kind of was stuck in no man's land with that ball dropping right in front of Duvall. The Golden Eagles down to their last out. They do bring up their red-hot hitter, Jackson Hollingshouse. They do get the run across, though, so it's an RBI there for Mike Bennett. Was so mesmerized by the fact that it was a one-hopper that I didn't notice that Cooper Siemens had made his way home. So 2 more runs have come across here in this 7th inning. It's the lead once again goes back down to 5 here for Spanish Fork. However, the Golden Eagles now down to their last strike. And Hollingshouse is going to get hit by another pitch. That's the second time he's been hit today. That's frustrating as a hitter, especially one of Hollingshouse's ilk. You just want to be able to find a way to swing the bats and be able to maybe hit some extra bases. And instead, you just get hit by a pitch. It's a little frustrating, but you do get the reward of getting over to first base. And so kind of got to keep that in mind as now there's runners on first and second. The Golden Eagles continue to threaten here, and their best hitter on the season now up in Dax DeWitt. He's going to send one right up the middle. Dart will make the play at second, and that is going to be your ball game, folks. Golden Eagles able to plate 2 more here in the 7th inning, but not enough as the Spanish Fork Dons offense exploded in the middle of this ball game. And that'll be your final score, 9-4. We'll get you a recap of this one when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17, Game 1 of the Super Regionals here between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles ends on a score of 9-4 in favor of the number 1 overall seed Dons. Again, they are facing the number 22 Golden Eagles, who scored the upset against Murray just to get to this matchup. And always fun being able to do the rivalry here on Spanish Fork 17, even more so when it's a playoff game. If you're a Dons fan, this was a great one for you. The offense really came alive in inning number 3, 4 runs coming across, highlighted by a 2-run double by Mitch Dalton, and then some late scoring from Easton Romero, a solo shot in the 4th and a 2-run blast in the 6th. Really keying the Dons offense. The Golden Eagles made it interesting at the end of the game, or at least tried to do so. 2 runs coming across in the 6th, another 2 in the 7th, but just not quite enough to get themselves back in the ball game. Solid pitching performance from Kip Cloward. Allowed 2 runs in 5+ innings. Ethan Dewar then coming in relief and allowing the 2 runs in the 7th. A rough outing for freshman Chase Johnston. Really got roughed up in his 4 innings. And but great experience for him as a freshman, and definitely a good complete overall game here for the Dons. Really able to get the offense really going there, especially in the middle part of the ball game, and then a solid effort from Kip Cloward. They're going to need more of that as they continue to go deeper in the playoffs. They're really going to need him to be that ace that he's been all season long, and kind of follow the model of what he did today of just trying to throw strikes, which he did a pretty good job of. Not high on the strikeout numbers, only had 1 on the day, but did a good job of kind of pitching around the edges and not walking as many guys as he has in the past. Our MVP Sports MVP of the game, it's kind of hard not to give to the guy that hit 2 home runs. I mean, am I right? Easton Romero with a solo home run in the 4th, a 2-run blast in the 6th, and always found his way on base. Took a walk in the 1st and then got on a fielder's choice that really was an error there by Cooper Siemens, but was always on base. Ended up scoring 3 times in this ball game. Hard to not pick someone that got on base every time, and especially when you knock 2 absolute moonshots out to right field. I think you're going to be the MVP Sports MVP of the game. So congratulations to Easton Romero. He is hoping to defend his title as the 5A state playoff MVP, which he got last year as part of the championship run for the Dons. And looking pretty good after that first game. After the first game here of the playoffs. Again, 2 home runs for him, 3 home runs now on the season for the slugging catcher of the Dons. Want to remind you that Game 2 of this Super Regional matchup is coming at you at 3:30 p.m. Again, that will be here on Spanish Fork 17. Very excited to get you coverage of that one. Again, this is a best-of-3 series. If Maple Mountain is able to score the victory in Game 2, it will go to a Game 3. But the Dons looking pretty dominant here in Game number 1. And they will have most likely Mitch Dalton on the mound for them, and he's been very impressive this season for Spanish Fork. On the other side of things, it will most likely be Jackson Hollingshouse on the mound for the Golden Eagles, another guy that has been very good, especially as of late in the season for the Golden Eagles. Really has turned it up on the mound for Maple Mountain. So it should be a very fun matchup. So make sure that you're tuning in on Spanish Fork 17. Make sure that you're also tuning in on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Make sure that you're getting everyone on the channel. Make sure they're clicking that subscribe button and making sure that they'll be able to watch more of this super regional matchup. Let's go ahead and put a bow on this one here today. The score was 9-4. A big win here for the number 1 overall seed, the Dons, over the Golden Eagles. Big performance from Easton Romero for our crew here at Spanish Fork 17. I'm Angela Rose. We hope that you enjoyed this first game of this super regional matchup. We hope that you join us tomorrow for game number 2 here on Spanish Fork 17.